Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
Did you hear what I said? You know, that's just one step above stupid. Have you lost the last 3 brain cells, or do you just have cabbage for brains? 5 brain cells, 4 aren't working. There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp. Come on, man. What's wrong with you?
What's going on, freakazoids? Unfortunately, I lost the connection to the dogs for tonight. Oh well. Well, how's it going, everybody? I think we got to sort of figure some stuff out. There's a lot of like stuff in this case that's, you know, what's true and what isn't, right? I have no idea. Hey, welcome, Just An Okie. I just put a video out there that's using this @real DJ Stu 724. He has like a full video on his like a YouTube channel and a Twitter. What happens if I put this up? Oh, it goes over there, okay. I don't need this. Then. Yeah. So maybe we can go over the video that it's only about 9 minutes long, but I put the link in the description to, you know, his channel. You can go check it out. If you like it, you know, subscribe, whatever. I think it's the guy's birthday today, so happy birthday out there, Dave. Hey, what's going on? Man, it's got the We Are Freaks shirt on here. I'm gonna just turn that off. Here we go. Okay. So it's kind of crazy. Like this is like 5:02 in this time frame.
This is no trespassing. Off.
Oh, sorry. We didn't see any signs.
I kind of boosted. Let me see. Do I still have the audio boosted from yesterday? No. I boosted it up in here just so you could hear everything. See, what's interesting, this is around 5:02, and you know, this is around, I mean, let's see what this says right here. I'm not sure. There's other time frames out there in some of these other articles that I have where, you know, he's kind of moving around and about. Remember, he was there about an hour before the shooting and 2 hours before even flying the drone around. And maybe we can try to figure out where we think because the way those flights are is where the drone takes off. That's where it's recorded on your phone. The KML file, I think it was. It shows you, you know, where it took off and then flew around. So when Christopher Wray says it was about 200 yards from Trump, well, I guess that would mean it's only about 60 yards or 50 yards behind where the shooter was. But Christopher Wray, the way he explains stuff, man, he isn't, you know, he's no genius. Okay, he comes across as really statesman-like. But, you know, when I go back and listen to him again, he's really fumbly. You know, we need people in power that are really have a grasp of the information, you know, like they just, you know, they know the information they're looking at. They can articulate it. I mean, when he's sitting there describing, it's kind of behind, but then it goes, oh, you know, he doesn't explain it very well. Okay? I don't know why. Like, I'm going to tell you this. If I was running the FBI and they brought me out there, I would have a map and pins and a time for every damn... You guys know how I do it, right? I mean, That's how I would go out there in front of Congress. I'd have the timeline completely and I wouldn't even go to the damn meeting until I got every single piece of information, and if I had people below me that weren't giving it to me, I'd fire them. Give me the freaking timeline. I think it's ludicrous that we are, I mean, what are we at? We're 2 weeks and a day after this happened, and it's a struggle still. You know what I mean? It's, where is it? Where is this stuff? It should be really simple. It's wild. I mean, it's just absolutely almost ridiculous, to be honest with you. Just listening to it again, you're listening to it and you're just kind of wondering. I sent Grassley a message. I just said, can you tell me where the sniper was that took out Crooks? Because now there's this other guy, there's people out there making videos. There's a video out there that has 1.2 million views, and they're saying that the sniper that took him out was on the building. Hell, I don't even know where I am. Let's see, right here. He's saying that it's this building. Well, this is the one where he missed. But he's saying this one, and then he goes, yeah, this one over here isn't the shooter. But they completely neglected the snipers that were on this building. And I thought we were told early on that it was the snipers in the southern barn that actually made the shot, because they have a wide open shot. This guy over here, I could see trying to hit. But then you also hear them say, well, it's 400 yards, it was much longer. Trump's even said it's much longer. But this guy here is, quite a bit longer than that one. It's another 50, 40 yards, something like that. So I don't even know at this point. It seems like that should just be, wouldn't that just be the most simple thing in the world to say? Something like, okay, well, the sniper was on the southern barn. Remember that we got the footage of him turning around when they were on there. But hey, guys, if you're out there, this is on this channel, you guys are the sole support of the income on these nightly shows, and we're currently at 0. So if you're able to help support the channel, that would be absolutely great. It relies on your guys' generosity. I can't control it. All right. So if you're out there and you feel like you can help support the channel, that'd be awesome. But anyway, I don't even know anything. I mean, like, I went out and I figured out where the van was that was being towed, right? Well, people are saying, well, no, he didn't have a van. He had this other car. And then when Christopher Ray's talking, he's saying the drone was in his car. Now, if it's a van, you don't normally call it a car. But, I do that sometimes. I just say, car representing vehicle. Yeah, so I don't know, man. This is where it was being towed. This makes a hell of a lot of sense, doesn't it? That there was a vehicle parked on this road that had his drone in it, and all it is a short little walk back over here to the complex and back over. It makes a lot of sense. 10 miles doesn't make sense, does it? When people say, oh, the car was 10 miles away, it had his drone in it, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And if you remember, Christopher Ray said he got there around 4 o'clock in the afternoon with the drone, and he never left after that. Meaning he's in the area, and I think they are very much aware that the vehicle was in this location over here. Welcome, Sandra D, and also up there to Just Anoki. Yeah, there's just no way in hell he parked his car, and then they'll say, instead of actually going like this, hey, yeah, it doesn't really make much sense that 10 miles. They go, well, he had help, you see, because somebody drove him those 10, and then it's like, okay. See, now you're trying to make the conspiracy fit the story. Okay, I think currently, I don't see any other people involved with him yet, I can't say that at some point we aren't going to see something. It just gets dumber and dumber every single day. As a matter of fact, look at this one right here. Watch.
Now to an ABC News exclusive. 2 weeks after the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump, we're hearing from some of the local SWAT team members who were on duty during Trump's rally in Pennsylvania. ABC's senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katersky joins us now with Pennsylvania.
After they recognized him as suspicious, even took pictures of him None of the concerns, though, had a chance of reaching decision makers before Trump took the stage because of what these men and women described as failures of planning and communication.
We were supposed to get a face-to-face briefing with the Secret Service snipers whenever they arrived, and that never happened. So I think that that was probably a pivotal point where I started thinking things were wrong, because that never happened, and we had no communication with the Secret Service.
You had no communication with the Secret Service at all on that Saturday?
Not until after the shooting.
That's crazy. That the local law enforcement had no communication with Secret Service on that day until after the shooting. What?
And by then,
it was too late.
This is the first time any of the beaver...
So that's going to be on Good Morning America tomorrow, I guess, the full interview with those guys. I mean, that's just absolutely ridiculous, right? Yeah, this guy shot 8 shots. It's really obvious. And then a shot comes in right after his volley of 5. A shot comes in, and I think you can almost hear it hit the roof. And then 6 seconds after that, you hear the fatal shot come in from, that's the sniper shot. I think it's the guy on the southern barn roof. So anyways, let's just go over this. And we're still at 0, everybody. Still at 0. So this is way earlier at 5:02.
This guy's kicking everybody out. He's raging.
So this guy's running around kicking everybody out from behind the fence over here.
This guy's raging.
Thanks, Allie Cake, the only person who heard what I said. Thank you very much. All right, then it switches over to 5:10. You know, and he's kind of moving around in the area during this time. Because wasn't that photograph, hold on, when was that taken? This one right here. Look at that, 5:14, he's sitting on that wall. So, man, is this guy, does he pick it up on here, like in the shot? I mean, because it should just be around that side over there. This is 5:10. And here's the guy, he turned off the audio because it was playing music. But anyways, the alley cake up there is trying to get a wave going, you guys. Thank you, Navy Swimmer. Man, tough crowd tonight. I want him to pan to the left, because should be right around the time. Let me see. Let me just move it. There's really nothing going on over here that's valuable. Okay, now he moves all the way to 6:10. And also, you wouldn't be able to see him because, see that building behind there, the tall one? So what we're looking at right here is about like this. So this guy is down here, and he's like that. Okay? See? I mean, look, aren't I good at this shit, you guys? Come on, let's be honest. He's about like that, okay? And the wall that Crooks sits on is right there. Okay, he's right there, and then an officer, I believe, even in this building, and the window's open to the right. I think even in this shot, the window's open, and he filmed through the glass down to Crooks sitting on that rock wall right there. And if you're curious about the rock wall, here it is right here, right there, and there's the window, and you know, I mean, it could be another window, but I think it's this one right there. All right. Hey, thank you. We say howdy here. And Kathy Freidenmaker, or Peacemaker as we like to say. And not like a gun, but you know. I think this might be, it's right there to the left. You can't see it, but I think this might be where he climbed up. I'm not really sure where he climbed up. Nobody really knows any of that. See, again, like, why can't we know that? He goes, oh, he climbed up on some mechanical device and then a pipe. Well, hey, Christopher Ray, why don't you pull out a freaking map showing the building like I do on every damn show? Just pull it up like this, Christopher Ray, and say, yeah, we believe he walked up right here. And he went up a pipe and jumped up and got on the roof and he went over here. We did some DNA analysis and figured out that he actually left some DNA in these, whatever, right? Just do it. Oh, hey, thanks, SC Gittins. You saw me on Court TV, huh? Yeah, anyways, let's get back to this. There's no...
If he was doing the job, I wouldn't even be doing this.
Okay, so I've lined it up with the... let's see. In this... Nah, I didn't actually do on this. The video that I just made, I lined it up with Trump, but I just want to watch it like this. You know, you don't need to see Trump on the stage again or anything like that. Yeah, and by the way, if you have a question or comment, just put it in the super chat and I'll be able to see it. That's what they're for. Hey, thanks, Sandra D. All right, here we go. See, look at these guys. Look at this guy. This guy's got a gun in his hand, and he's backing up. I think he's got a gun in his hand. Let me rewind that again. That might just be swinging from his side. But I mean, look at, they're trying to see above on the roof. They know at this point there's somebody on the roof. And look how long this is taking. Look at this crap. You know, I'm sort of curious to be able to kind of pan around here and look around. That doesn't look like a gun or anything there. I mean, maybe you could see him. We know he's over on the left. He's over. Let's do this. Let's do this. So if we can get up here and we can see that the shooter is equal to that on that window right there. And I guess from the angle that this guy, let's see, where was he at? He was about right in here. And he's looking like, he's kind of looking over like that. That means he's between that window and that window up on the roof. So he's right, I mean, that little thing right there is exactly where he would be. And I don't know if that's like, let's go up in the air. We got to go look at that. Is there something on? Let me just see what in the hell that would be by going down the street view in here. Looked like more like an antenna. Let me go over here. Yeah, see, I think it's filming that thing back behind it. See, that's the top there, and those are the wires. Yeah, there it is. I mean, yeah, hell, I can look at that. That's crazy. Look at that. See right there? That's exactly the top of this. Can you see how obvious that is? Let me zoom in on that. And then way up here above the roof is that top of this with the same wire even going off to the side right there. You see that? It's kind of small up here. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about. So I was thinking, you know, let's look and see if that's a person, but that's not. That thing right there is on Google Earth is the top of that. It's just blurry because it's a guy holding a camera, but see how even the wires go over? Everything's exactly the same. So you can definitely see that. It's in the same general area on the map, however, as the where the shooter would be. So let's keep playing.
If he was doing the job, I wouldn't even be doing this.
There's fucking cops surrounding this whole entire fucking building right now.
Yeah, we're just getting to all the stuff. There's one time he goes, "Oh, you can see the shooter."
There's something going on in this building.
Instead, I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a senator elected and to make sure.
Oh my God!
Back to White House, because if we do, we're going to make America.
There's somebody in this building.
And it's not easy.
See, he thinks there's somebody in the building. But obviously all the cops think there's somebody on the roof. That's why they're all backing up so they can get a better vantage point.
Millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here.
God, it's too bad this guy isn't back a little bit further.
We have people that should not be here. And much further. In recorded history, we're the best order.
It's kind of more over to the right. He'd be over here if you could see him. What a weird thing it is. Just all of a sudden to see this beautiful horse with this lady holding a flag walking by as if absolutely nothing, you know, it's just so amazing. Thanks, Timothy Moore.
You don't mind if I go off teleprompter?
And in my comment section, in the comments underneath the video, there's at real DJ Stu 724. You can go check it out.
You guys are doing it. They get you better with time. My guys, take a look at that chart. Take a look at the arrow at the bottom. See the big red arrow, right? So that's what I'm talking about. That's the lowest point, and that comes right from the government services.
And it's just surreal. This guy's right in the. These bullets go right over his head.
Comes right out of Border Patrol. Take a look at it.
You know, it's interesting. He tells, you know, stay small. He says to, I think, the girl he's with, because he was aware that it seemed like something was going to happen.
That arrow is the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever recorded in history.
See, look at this guy's running over here.
Make yourself small, bro. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, let's just scrub through here. Yeah, he's over to the right, though, from here. See, he's got a gun! This is right when I think the cops pushed their heads up. They saw, and then they dropped down. And then I think that might even be like the cop. You know, they saw him aim at the cop, and then they yelled that. I think that's exactly when that is. All right, let's see. Oh, that. Right there. Look at this. Oh, man, that is him right there. God, that's got to be him. I think that's his head, like looking up at, I mean, is that right? I mean, the hell is that? Can you guys see that? Let me just go back and see if it was anywhere over here when he, that is creepy as hell, whatever that was. Now let's see if this makes, you guys see that right there, that little, I mean, that'd be weird to stick your head up like that, but let me just see if that makes sense. So it's from here, those three trees, let's just see if we can, if it all makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, then it's not going to be him. Oops. So he's like right down in here. No. That's right where, let's see. So these trees are probably this one, and then, because those are the last two. It's kind of like this. And right there to the left of that, I guess it's to the left of that window. Oh man, look at that. I mean, right there. Is that really him? I mean, that's crazy if that's him right there. Because that'd be right here. See that? That's the big tree. And look where my mouse is spinning around right here. You see that? Watch this. That's right there. There's that big glob, and right next to it there's this little head or something sticking up right there. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'm just seeing something. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm looking at, but let me zoom in here really quick. Watch. Like right here. You see that? I mean, it's kind of a white face with long hair, it looks like. I mean, I don't know. It's blurry as shit, but what else would that be right there? That wasn't sitting there a few minutes ago. What do you guys think? Man, that is some crazy stuff. Hey, thank you so much. Brown-eyed girl. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. Okay, I'll give up my singing. But look at that. What do you guys think? Is that just some weird anomaly? Because that is where this person would be. Okay, let me zoom back out. God, that's crazy because that was right over here. Let me make sure. Let me go back to the 7. I mean, I know if you're not watching, if you don't watch my channel a lot, you wouldn't be. Okay, look at this. This is crazy. So right there, there's this head popping up, right there. This is at 450 mark. And now watch that same. See the shape of the trees behind the building. So then he's kind of moving around. He's over here. He's over here. He's kind of moving. And now he's kind of a little bit further to the right. He's going underneath this tree now. And then when he pans back up, you'll see that same right there. Now the tree is right here. And look, the shooter's right there. That's exactly where the shooter is. Exactly. Man, this is that's insane. So the gunshots are right around in this time, but look at right before this. I actually think that that's him when he, you know how he kind of got up higher to move forward? I think that's what we're looking at here. Let's go back to the, right in this area, watch this. Right there. Oh man. Holy crap. I mean, look at that. You can see him. I mean, I actually really think there's a strong chance that that is him right there. You know, whatever that is, like his head popped up right there. Because that, look at it, it's even skin tone-ish. It's very blurry, pixelated as hell, but that's all really that could be. Because that wasn't there a minute ago. And that is exactly where the shooter would be. And let's go back to here to prove that. Look at this. There's that same tree there. And he is right in, yeah, I mean, look at that. I don't know if it'd be hard to tell if these other trees are back here, but I believe that is this set of trees. And the shooter's right to the right of that tree, basically. In mine, I mean, if I just moved over to here, then the shooter's exactly where it is here. And look at it. He's kind of, let's see, where is he at? He's kind of like that. He's right between these two windows here. I think. It could be, let's see, is there any more to the right of where he is? Yeah, see, that's crazy. Let me just play that again. So you hear boom, 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 the 3 controlled shots that just missed Trump's head, right? And sorry for how loud it is because I boosted up the audio. So there's 3 controlled shots, then 5 quick ones, and then there's one that sounds like it hits the metal of the roof, and I think that's the one that missed him. And then about 6 seconds after that, you hear a psh, and that's the one that took him out, but they're all really loud as the bullet goes right over his head and breaks the sound barrier. That's what you're listening to. It's crazy. So let's just go back up there again. I want to try this though, this gun part. He's got a gun and it's like right in there. I don't know if that, see in that one it looks kind of like it could be, maybe more like a, I don't know if it's a pipe or what the hell that is, but man, that's so creepy. Whatever the hell that is. I want to just be able to, wow. Yeah, I don't know, like there's something right, I don't know if that's, this is just nuts. This is like this is a Zapruder film now, isn't it? I need the original, everybody. I need the original. All right. All right, I'll now play that part uninterrupted. Here we go. Well, that's because you're not.
Make yourself small, bro. I don't know what's going on.
You're not paying attention, Zozo. That's why you can't see it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. See that? And that was the sniper shot that took him out. That last one. But also, when you rewind it, you can hear all 10 shots. The first 8 are from the same person. So you know, I'm not doing the, oh my God, everybody, there's like an extra shooter somewhere. They're all right here. Okay, listen.
Make yourself small, bro. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, that was 1, 2, 3. You hear that? Now watch, you'll hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a different sounding one, almost like the bullet just after that. A second after his 5 quick shots, there's one more shot. Now, hear that one? It had a different sound. I think that's the shot that came in and missed. Now watch, then it waits for 6 seconds, and then that's the one that takes him out. We've heard that one since the beginning. Right there. And that's where people go, oh man, I saw his hair move. He's toast. Yeah, listen, everybody. I don't have any concern about the shots. He shot 8 of them, and 2 snipers shot the other ones. I know that people have made many, many videos, and they're trying to sell you that there's these multiple shooters all over the place, because it allows them to create content. All right, I'm just telling you. You know, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm not an expert on, you know, some of the stuff, but my brain works. That's the weird part about it. I actually can tell that all 8 shots came from the same gun. They sound exactly the same. Each shot, they're just more rapid fire. It is a semi-automatic AR-15, and then after that, you hear a shot kind of ricochet off the roof, it sounds like. And then you hear a shot coming from a little farther away, and that's the one that takes out Crooks, okay? There isn't somebody on the water tower. There isn't somebody on the grassy knoll. There isn't somebody, you know, in any of those places. Hey, thanks, Brett. Appreciate it. Thanks, great for your coverage and analysis of this. Thank you. This guy stayed pretty level-headed in there. And by the way, would you guys hit the like button for me? It's pretty easy to do. You just come in and hit that like button. And we're going to need to get that up to about 500. And if you leave because I asked you to hit the like button, I don't want you here anyways. Okay, so here we go. Hit the like button, hit the like button, 10, 20, 25, 30. Hit that like button, 40. Do I hear 40, 45, 50? Hit that like button, 60, 65, 70. It's the easiest thing in the world. Use your nose, use your toes, whatever blows. Hit that like button. If your nose is broken, use your pinky. Use your... Okay. Yeah. I think it's him. I can't tell you 100%, you know. I'll go back. I don't know why you couldn't see it. It was really clear, really simple. I even zoomed in. You must have left. Yeah, I mean, that's the one that I feel like. I mean, it could be him. It might be some kind of item on the roof. But it looks like, right there, he's picking his head up in the air. Can you see it now? Right there? Like, almost like you could almost see brown hair on both sides, a white face. I don't know what that is. It feels like that's him. Yeah, whatever blows. That's what I said, Cameron. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it could be a head. I mean, maybe he's picking his head up. Because remember how he sort of got up taller and moved? I mean, it seems kind of stupid if that's his head. Like, but I think right before the shot, because he doesn't shoot right here. He doesn't shoot for another 6 seconds. So, I mean, right after this could be where he goes down and then he rotates the gun up. I don't know, but I don't know if that's him. It sure looks weird, though. Like, I didn't see that there before. You know, maybe we can go back to, you know, if we see something that looks similar on another shot, let's see. You know, when they're looking up there. I don't know. I mean, you can still see it in that, see? I don't know what that is. It could be a pipe, as far, you know, in reality. I'm just saying it looks weird. All right, you want me to speed it down? Is that what you want me to do? And I think Trump got hit with a second bullet. The first one whizzes by his ears and had that strange sound, and he went, oh, like that. Because he heard that weird whiz, the buzz sound. And then he, then after that, the second bullet, you heard the, and then he goes, oh, and then he grabbed his ear. So that means the first two bullets were absolutely just dead close to his face. I mean, it was right there.
That's all we wanted to do. If he was doing the job, I wouldn't even be doing this.
There's fucking cops surrounding this whole entire fucking building right now.
Yeah, that guy actually does have his gun out. I mean, so this is serious right now. We're looking at, what is this? So we're like a minute 45, and this guy has a pistol in his hand right here. You see that? So this isn't like, I don't know, guys, there might be somebody on the roof. Somebody should have acted a hell of a lot quicker, don't you believe now? I mean, like, this guy's got a gun in his hand. They're like, hey, there's a I think they believe there was a threat on the roof at this time. Not a person of interest. Who pulls out a gun on a person of interest? Oh, there's a guy, yeah, he's just sitting up there. You don't do that. Something else happened. That's why this guy has his gun walking around. Maybe this will be a good place. Yeah, so where's that? This is that same tree. Where's that little item? And where is it? How come we can't see whatever that was that we saw at the 450 mark? There should be something that looks similar to that up here at a different angle, but I don't see it.
There's something going on in this building.
Instead, I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a senator elected and to make sure
Oh my God.
we get back to the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America.
There's somebody in this building.
We're going to make it. And it's not easy.
Yeah.
Because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here.
But see, the thing is, this guy keeps moving around, so eventually he moves over here, which changes where the shooter would be on the roof.
Dangerous people. Criminals. We have criminals. We have...
They did. One of them climbed up on a bench. One of them climbed up on a picnic table and looked. Right, that's because the ladder was put there by law enforcement, Dave. The shooter didn't use a ladder to get on the roof.
In recorded history in the best order. In fact, if they could ever put up a chart, I don't know if they could do it. Do you guys have access to that chart?
See, look how long ago the cop had a gun in his hand.
You don't mind if I go off teleprompter?
Thank you, K-Me.
You guys are doing it. They're getting better with time. My guys, take a look at that chart. Take a look at the arrow at the bottom. See the big red arrow, right? So that's what
And look at it! I almost have this memorized, this speech.
government services comes right out.
Okay, let's see if there's anything right there when it panned across. Come on, keep moving. Yeah, you see, where is that same thing? I guess it's a little too... He's not far enough back. You don't see as much of the tree.
Make yourself small, bro. I don't know what's going on.
.448. So he's moving really quickly to the right in this one. And look, when you go up there, there's something there. I mean, it could be a pipe, but I didn't see the pipe in the other shots. But like there, it looks more narrow, so it could be, and there it looks more narrow. You see what I'm looking at, though? It's right in here. Right in there. See? I mean, it'd be stupid as hell to stick your head up for 20 minutes. You know, like, well, it's not 20 minutes. It's like a second. I'm just clicking frame by frame. You know, so maybe right there and he moved it down. It's not like it's up there for a long time. You know how he lifted himself up a few times to move? We've seen that in the videos. How's it? Here comes the last one.
Get down, guys. Get down. Yeah, just get down. Get behind this tree with me. Get behind this tree. Get behind this tree, guys. No. I'm just safe back here. Here.
They fucking picked that dude off.
Did they pick?
He said they picked that dude off.
Pick him off?
Fuck yeah, I saw a big poof of hair go up in the air.
Oh,
They
fuck
shot him
yeah.
in the head.
They saw a big poof of hair go up in the air.
Fuck yeah.
Big poof of hair.
Holy shit, guys.
What happened
That's
over here? He
fucking
got 4
crazy.
shots off.
And that's where Trump went, fight, 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 right in that spot.
Are you fucking shitting me?
This is fucking crazy, dude. I can't believe I
This
got
is
all.
national fucking news.
I can't believe I got all that on camera, dude. I was in the middle of it.
Like a headshot?
Kill confirmed, he said.
What he said? Kill confirmed?
He said kill confirmed.
Yeah, we heard that on the mic too. From the FBI or the Secret Service agents at the stage. Yeah, so I mean it keeps going for a while here. I don't know. So let's see if we can determine if that was him or not. I mean, maybe there's some pipe on the roof here. Maybe we can see something if we go over here, like far away, and look back over there and see if there's something. really see it on that. Let's see if we can see it on... I got a couple other close-up roof shots here, like this one. This might be good. There's something there, a vent. There is something back here. Like on that roof, I don't know if you can see that, but like right here, there's something. But that's kind of far back. But, you know, I guess the angle they're at, maybe that was sticking up above that. It looked like that. But it also looks like it's too far to the left. It could be something over here. There's definitely not anything on this roof right here, though, for sure. Let's see if this one has something. Okay, so there is that thing is sticking up right there, but that's not where this guy was looking at all. He was looking at, see right there, there's 1, 2, and it was between this one and another one, and there was this tree. Man, it's hard to determine, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think of that? Do you guys think that that was his head? Let's go back to that 450 mark. Because he did, I mean, it's only a quick time, and we know that he kind of got up on all fours a couple times. You remember that? And just before the shooting, he was doing that. I mean, it's just kind of weird that right there, there's this little thing sticking up. And the angle here, I don't know if that's that pipe or not. That just doesn't make sense given the angle. And I haven't seen it in any other shots with the same tree. But there's a couple frames that does sort of look more like a pipe. Like that one. Like right there. That kind of looks more like a small, like a pipe. But man, in a couple of these, it looks just like a head where he's kind of got his head way up in the air and he's going to adjust himself and get low below the ridge. And this is just, I mean, this is literally like 1 second here. I guess what we could do is play it slow if you want. Hey, thanks Katya T, Ali Cake, and Michelle H. Oops, Jesus, what the hell did I just do there? Man, that just, Windows, Workspace, Effects. Window, Workspace, Reset to save layout. There we go. And I just lost the thing that we just had up, so is it this one? No. There. I'm going to cut it right here. Where are we at? 441. And then I'm going to make it about 50% the speed. And you guys, if you're out there and you can help support the Grant Hughes Investigates YouTube channel, the channel relies on the generosity of all of you freaks out there. We call ourselves freaks. Crime freaks, that's the name of... Yeah, you can see it on my shirt right here. We are freaks. It's been like that for 6 years. So whether you consider yourself a freak or not, you are one. Okay, thank you very much. All right, let's see what happens. maybe I'll make that lower. Welcome, Lacey Ann. Here we go. We're at 450. This reminds me of old school. Remember that when he like falls right before he gets shot in the neck with the tranquilizer, and he's like, "I feel weird, man." 3, 4, 5. See, that was the one that missed. That was a sniper shot that missed. So I guess we could play that again. So for those of you who don't really, look at how everything sounds the same. Watch. Right here, watch. 1, 2, 3. These sound the same too, watch. See that? All 8 of those sounded exactly the same. They were just sped up. Now here's a shot that's different because this is the shot that missed him. Listen. See that? So listen to those 5 again and then that one. So after the 5, listen to that 9th shot that sounds different because it came in from another place. That was, okay, look, I left the one out. I don't want you to go, wait, there's only 2, there's only 2! 1, 2, 3. That was a sniper shot that missed. See, it was different than the other 8. And then here we go with the 10th coming up. And that's the one that took him out. Yeah, where is it now? Let's see. Yeah, now I can't find the spot. Yeah, see, right there. What is that? Come on, what is that right there? See, right here. See that against the green tree? That's about exactly where he would be. Well, maybe we have some other shots, like this one. Ah, that almost would have been good. So he's right back here, but I'd like to see the like a wider shot. How about this one? Does that have it? Looks like those are the 3 trees. Those people are up there now. I don't know. What do you guys think? No, he didn't use any ladders, Gramps. We've already gone over it 7,000 times on here. Okay, he did not use any ladders. Did they leave him on the roof after they kicked the gun up? Yeah, they did. Let's see. Somebody ran up there really quick and moved it away. Then they went back down, I think, and then a bunch of other people came up. He wasn't alive, so they didn't need to be. Yeah, it's so great. This is at real DJ Stu 724. You know, he has it on his website. These, and by the way, these are, remember with that one shot of the guy. I mean, I guess, you know, here's the thing, everybody. It is possible, I guess, that when he shot, then that one shot that missed him 1 second later, he goes, oh God, and he kind of scrambled to get away to the right, and then he got shot there. I mean, it is possible. However, it's absolutely standard for law enforcement when they go up to a body, even after you shoot it and it appears they're absolutely dead, they still move the gun away from them. And I think one of them even said that on one of the videos that we watched. Hey, thanks, Mark Graham. I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, this is absolutely insanity. I think there, you know what I think, you guys? I think there are hundreds of videos similar to this. Maybe not quite like this, you know, because there wasn't hundreds of people over here, but there were other people with cameras. You see them. And a lot of people have cameras all over the place that are maybe filming different places. I think there's probably multiple videos out there that show the shooter, especially anybody at the rally that just happened to film over in that direction and zoomed in on something else. You'd probably get a pretty clear picture. Yeah, that was the top of the telephone pole early on. Let's see, if you pause on first shot and back up frame by frame, you'll see his head and rifle above the peak. Really? Let's see. Okay, let's see.
Make yourself small, bro. I don't know what's going on.
See, I think when he said, he's got a gun, that was just after the officer dropped from the roof after seeing him. And then he scrambled to start shooting. Alright, so you're saying if I go back, so it's not going to be over here. It's way over to the right from here. It's still going to be over the right. That's not him there, like that. Let me try to make it bigger. I'm going backwards. It's got to be over here to the right. I don't know if he can see, because the shooter would be. Oh yeah, well, see, like right there, it looks like it could be him, but it isn't. See, like when you go right to there, that one. Oh my God, look, he's right there. Well, actually, my head's covering it. Let me get myself out of the way. You look right there, and it looks like there's a rifle and a head, but that's not a person. That's just a tree. Although maybe it's a tree person. You know, I don't know. But look, you go right there and see how it's got the. You know, it's just bushes, right? So let's keep going. Maybe there's something else. But I tell you what, I mean, we're almost to that spot again. So if you keep going back, so just moments before the shooting, okay? Well, when we get to 450, I'm just doing frame by frame. There's 30 frames a second in videos. See, right there, I mean, that could be just a pipe up there, right here. However, I don't know. You know, it's like he's right where the shooter was. And he's only there for a second. And we've seen those videos where he kind of gets up on all fours and he's looking forward and then he gets down. So could that be him just for a moment? See, yeah, just keep looking in that spot. You can see it. Every frame he's in it, or it's, you know, when I say he, I'm assuming it's a person. Could be a pipe. I don't see what you were talking about when you back up after the first shot. But anyways, that thing that we're visualizing there is only 5 seconds before that shot. So it gives more possibility that that was him. He quickly moved up there, got down, turned right after the cops saw him. So like in that 5 second, he had to move quick. So that might be why you might be able to see his head for about 8 frames or whatever, if that is his head. God, how terrifying for those guys, right? All that sound coming in as the bullets break the sound barrier over your head. That must have been pretty freaky. Now, what do you mean, yes, count 20? What are you talking about? There's only 10 shots. Yes, count 20. That doesn't make any sense. Just count 20 over 20. No, what? What are you talking about? No idea what you're saying. What do you mean, what is that in the window? Nothing. So he's already dead at this point. No, that's not a muzzle flash in the window. Yeah, it's 20 grooves over. I know. I've said that 100 times. I'm the one that counted it and put it out there on videos, but I can't tell what you're typing. You got to put the full sentence in there. Yeah, it's 20, I guess you call it flats over, and they're ribs. I was taught that they're called ribs and then flats. So I thought, man, it sounds like you're eating at a restaurant. Like I always like to get the chicken flats, you know, of the chicken wing, the flat part. I hate the drumstick portion. I love the flats, and I just like to peel it apart and then stick it in my mouth and pull out the bones. And then you got the ribs. You know, who doesn't like ribs? Right. And so, as you can see in my diagrams that I have out here, if you go right here and you go let's see, basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. See, the shooter's in 20. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 over from there was where the AR-15 was. And there's also a backpack in the same flat area as well, down there. Yeah, you guys, I mean, I'm doing these shows. If you're out there and you can help support the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. It's, you know, we got 965 people in here. It should be pretty easy. All right, I kind of rely on you guys when I'm doing these shows. I do shows every single day, 365 days a year. I don't know how YouTube works, but they never monetize the live streams. So I kind of just rely on you people to help out, because I can't make money just invent itself. Like, oh, look at that, something just popped into the thin air. I wish I could, because I'd probably be in Jamaica or, you know, on some island somewhere. Let's see. First 3 shots have no... hey, Sean, all 8 shots are the same. Okay? I know that you don't want it to be, but they're all from the same gun. We've gone over it so many times. People don't want it to be so they can keep injecting a conspiracy theory. This is my job, Nick Jack. All right, why don't you shut the hell up and get the hell out of here, okay? Yeah. Let's see. I missed the guy's name, but what's an ESG shooter? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Make sure to block that Nick Yak idiot. What a stupid name, too. Jesus. Wow. Let's see. Yeah, that's what they do. That's what people do when they show up here. You know, this is my job. That's why I'm hoping people can find a way to help support the channel so you can keep getting these great videos, you know, these shows that I do. Let's see. I think ESU shooter was something sniper unit maybe, or like it seemed like it was like the local shooters, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Hey, well, thanks, Nicole. Let me go check. Ding, 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 ding. Well, thank you, Nicole. Appreciate that. The ear certainly healed quickly. Yeah, yeah. They actually put some stuff in there. See, everyone's so paranoid, you know. People like idiots send me stuff like, look at Trump's ear when he was meeting Netanyahu. You see how it doesn't look like, you know, it's just so weird to me. It's just, people are so paranoid, it's almost, it's embarrassing. Yes, he got shot in the ear, everybody. You can see it. It was a real event. That's why he went, when the first bullet went by. Do you think they coached him? Now listen, we're going to try to hit you in the ear, sir. And actually, I've watched videos today where these incredible snipers, using the same type of gun that he had, They said there's no way you would set something up where you're trying to just hit an ear. Okay, it doesn't work that way. They couldn't do it. So when that first shot goes by, he goes, "Ooh." Like, well, what the hell was that? And then another one, and he goes, ah, and then he grabbed his ear because that's the one that nicked his ear. And I mean, it nicked his ear. Why? Let me ask you something. Why is everybody trying to parse out, was it shrapnel or the bullet? Because here's what we can do, everybody. If we can convince people that it wasn't the bullet, it won't be that interesting anymore. We really need to downplay him getting shot so that Kamala, the person who absolutely is part of destroying our economy and destroying our border, so she can get into office. Wouldn't that be great to have the same trash for the next 4 years? Wow, it'd be so great to have the same inflation and everything for the next 4 years. Yay, because she's cute and young. Yay. God, it's so embarrassing, you guys. Unbelievable. Wake the hell up, man. Go read the shit she wrote all these years that they're scrubbing off the internet currently. It's unbelievable. And why would you want to... Let me ask you something. If you have somebody that's a party that's scrubbing the internet to sell a different narrative to the public, why would you want to be part of that when you see it happening? Like, whoa, they're getting rid of interviews she did all over the place, hiding stuff. I mean, you got to admit, like, that's spooky right there. That's weird. That's the media just unbelievable. Wow. Anyways, thanks for subscribing up there. And, I know that this isn't my political channel. I have a political channel called Red, Gray, Blue. You can find it by Red, Gray, Blue, at Red, Gray, Blue 1. It's all one word. I'm just starting it up because I have my own thoughts. People don't like it when I inject politics here, but it's really hard to do on something like this. I can't stand how people out there try to pretend things are fake, and it's like this weird, the crazy stuff going on in the background, trying to invent things. There's psycho people out there, guys. That's what this guy is, crooks. He's a whack job. He was somebody that went out there and learned how to do this. Now, here's what's most likely in this case. All right, want to hear it? Here's what's most likely is that the Secret Service and FBI, or basically the Secret Service, has become lax. There hasn't been a shooting for 45 years. And so they just started, cutting corners, just kind of, everything's the same. They still got their snipers up there, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And they're not really doing all the stuff that they used to do. You see? They used to be really diligent about doing every single element, especially after Reagan was shot. Man, I bet you for 10 years it was amazing. And then they just got really lazy. So here's the thing is, it got to the point where it was probably so poorly run that Trump has been in danger for a long time. I'm sure for POTUS, they put their best people and they got to make sure that they're going to be protected. But I bet you Trump has been in danger for a long time. Now, is it possible that they intentionally made it so that he was in danger by putting certain people on there? I mean, you can go out and sell that conspiracy theory somewhere. But I think it's had Trump not been shot at this event, they would have said, great job. Man, that went off without a hitch. But it would have been exactly the same poorly run. It just was exposed because of the shooting here. The shooting exposed their poor planning. And this guy just got right up in there. And if it's true that there was supposed to be snipers on the roof, and then well, it's too hot, I'm going to go inside and we'll look out the windows where we have air conditioning. That would be the answer to the entire thing. If it turns out that that's true, there's been people that have argued against that wasn't true. And not people in the public, but actually people in the government have said that isn't true. What the Pennsylvania State Police person said. So I'm just saying, you guys. That's probably the most likely thing. But you can't rule out because of all of the crazy stuff. Like right there, we just watched that clip a few minutes ago where the Pennsylvania State Police didn't even communicate with Secret Service until after the shooting. I mean, that's insane, right? Like, wouldn't you be talking to them, be on the same channel at least, or at least have somebody that relays stuff? You know, for example, when all those officers, those were police officers, were looking up on the roof up there, that should have all been relayed over to the snipers of Secret Service, don't you agree? And they would have been looking over there saying, oh, I got him right there. Oh, look, he's got a gun. But here's what a problem might be, is that roof was supposed to have a sniper on it. So maybe from a distance, you're like, okay, is that one of our guys? I mean, he's got that camo thing on. I mean, what's going on here? Like, you're just not really sure. But once the shooting happens, you know, okay, here we go. This guy's a threat. But it's interesting how the cops were walking around with pistols in their hands, right? I know, listen, you guys, I know it's more interesting if I went down a conspiracy route and came up with all these alternative things. I just don't see it yet. You know, I see how poor it was, and then that sort of opens the door for the possibility of something. I just haven't seen anything yet. Yeah, it is, Cheryl, but man, look at tonight. Just absolutely horrendous for how many people are watching. Let's see. That's crazy, though. That last, let's see, there were the snipers looking before the shooting. Where were the snipers looking before the shooting? Some of them were looking, or for example, let me just show you. These guys right here, these snipers, they couldn't see a damn thing. See, they were on the north. These are the famous snipers, the one that you see all the shots of, you know. The ones that everybody said, oh, they took him out. They can't see a damn thing. Look, watch. Right through that tree you'd have to shoot because the shooter was right there. Now, he was actually, you know, it's a little off because he's kind of at the top of the, up here. Maybe like that right there. So he's right there, and so these guys couldn't see. Now, if you move back, so keep in mind, you can see over there, there's the sniper right behind, or the shooter is right behind that tree. Now watch when you go over to the second barn over here. Watch. So this is where that second set of snipers was, and look at this. Boom. I mean, just take that guy out, right? Now there's a video out there that claims that this is the sniper. We have this sniper here. They claim this is the one that took him out. And that's why they say, oh, it was a much longer shot. You know, it's way over here. I don't even know if that angle works. So let's try to figure something out right here. So he might have been on the top of this building. So let's see. This right here is 13, at this level, right, 1,372 feet above sea level. So if you go over to this roof, let's see what this one says. This is 1,363 feet. So this one actually has a higher position at the top of this. If you're right here even, they have a little better angle at the head. But I mean, that's a 400-yard shot to there. I know, every single commercial that pops up is a Harris commercial. It's just every time I see him, I just want to puke. It's ridiculous. Thanks, Plato, and also the video is definitely super chat worthy. Thanks, Cheryl. Appreciate that. Well, listening to the snipers today, if they use a certain type of bullets, yeah, it's a short shot. I mean, it's not short, but like, there's certain bullets they were talking about that literally, they don't even start diving for 300 yards. So you don't even have to adjust for height. You just fire them and they go right there. So that was pretty interesting watching that part. This guy was hitting like a skull from, like, oh, I don't even know what it was, just like 200 yards. It was crazy, just easily. But with the gun that Crooks had, the sort of generic AR-15 with just sort of the iron sight red dot, you can't do that. I mean, it's really, okay, so he did about 5 shots, and he was trying to hit just the ear, and he couldn't do it. This guy was a great shot. He could hit the head multiple times, but he never really hit the ear with it. And it wouldn't be something that you could sort of plan, okay, just shoot it, try to shoot his ear, you know? Just miss his ear. It's garbage. Let's see. Iron sight. Well, it's just the standard red dot thing where you're looking through a piece of glass that has a red dot on it. It has no magnification. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. What were the South snipers looking at? Well, originally they were looking this direction. At one time they were looking over here. And then at some point, there's pictures of them, when they actually turned around and were on the roof facing the same way as the northern snipers. So I think these are the ones that took him out. It's still, you know, it's a longer shot for sure than theirs is from, let's see, 183 yards as opposed to 150 from over here. So, but the person that made the video with 1 million views out there was talking about, you know, this is the shooter right here. But in their video, they talked about this sniper, but never mentioned that there were snipers right here. So I was kind of confused at that part of it. But I guess it just is what it is. You can lead a horse to water, but not sure what that means, Don. We'll have to figure that out later. All right. Anyways, let's just kind of keep this in mind. We just watched that other video by let's put his name out there again. By his name is Dave, but at real DJ Stu 724. So he just kind of has it out there on his channel, kind of a small channel. Just put it out, and I was like, whoa, man, look at this. This is crazy. Yeah, we don't know by echelon. The second 5 shots happened really quick, so it wasn't like it was like he had a good big time to move around. I think what he did was he shot 3 times, controlled shots, trying to shoot Trump's head, and then when Trump went down, since he's using just sort of the normal red dot sight, he thought maybe he hit him because you can't tell from that far away. So he just went right after that. He just put the gun down and went and just fired shots into the area, and then a round comes in that almost takes him out. So he's kind of like, whoa, 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 and then he sort of, maybe he's ducking down, trying to hide or something, and then 6 seconds later, a fatal shot came in from another sniper. GHI is consistently at the best source pursuit of not just the truth, best source for pursuit of not just the truth, but the actual world's competing realities, which corroborates the truth. Right. Yeah, I mean, I just try to look at cases and try to bring in the factual elements, and this is one of those ones like, what are the factual elements? It's crazy. Like, for example, did he actually ride a bike there? See, now there's people saying, oh, there was this old homeless guy that had a bike. Yeah, maybe it was a homeless guy's bike. And it really doesn't matter if there's a bike or not. Because the location where the van was parked is only 0.37 miles or so from this location. But then there's people that say that wasn't even his van. It was some other guy's van. And he drives a different kind of car. But doesn't it make all the sense in the world that that was his van? Parked right on this street? I mean, that's just absolutely perfect spot. Parks his van on a side street. Then he walks over here just like this. And starts flying, doing his drones, etc. Candace Owens has video from behind the building. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Someone said that the homeless person was the shooter. People are crazy. I mean, I know if you come to this channel, it's not going to be as entertaining in terms of, oh, wow, everybody. I think there's like 6 snipers on the water tower. There's 3 of them over here. Look at how they're whispering. They got to have something to do with something. And therefore people, okay, I heard this. And then other people watch the channels where it's complete conspiracy, but people take it as fact. And then they show up on your video and they make comments. Oh, no, hey, no, that was 10 miles away, everybody. Never mind you sent what, Jen? I don't know what that means. Yeah. Do you think it went to Roswell? The UFO? Or so the photo shows a 9-volt, a 9 next to him on the roof. A 9, Maybe. There was an article that just came out. Well, let's go over some of these other things here. So I'm going to let's play the Christopher Wray, this part right here. Hold on.
Did he have a scope?
I believe so, but
See, he didn't. See, Christopher Wray is... Do these people just have no intellectual curiosity? I'm like begging them. I want to be him, just to get out there. And he's the one that goes, well, I mean, we don't know yet if it was a bullet or it was shrapnel, a piece of glass. And then they had to come forward and actually shut... His own FBI people had to come forward and said, no, we believe it was a bullet. Christopher Wray is full of crap. His own people. I mean, that's crazy, right?
As I sit here right now, I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, of course you don't remember.
Mentioned...
How come you don't remember? It's like such a... I mean, when we go over this information, do you forget anything, really? I mean, maybe a couple of the times of something, but if the factual elements... I mean, how come we know it's 20 flats over from the edge? And that the rifle was 4 flats over from that. He wouldn't know that. He would just go, yeah, I don't know, man. It was somewhere up there. Yeah, it was somewhere
up there. About 2 hours
everybody.
Before the incident that he'd had a drone and he was using a drone. Instead of me putting words in your mouth, just tell me how you discovered the drone, how you discovered the time, and how you discovered, if you can describe what he would have been observing with the drone and how you determined that, please.
Now look at this. He starts off pretty good, Christopher Wray. I'm starting to get it. Has there been any interviews with the shooter's parents other than the clip early on at their front door? I don't even remember that one, to be honest with you. And I haven't seen anything with the parents. Sorry about that, Plato. I forgot to answer your question earlier. I never even saw that one, though, I don't think.
This is something that's very much ongoing right now. We're going back and forth with our lab as they continue to do work on it. What I would say is the drone was in his car, as I said.
Okay, so he says car. Okay, but because he's so inaccurate in the way he speaks, could it still be a van? I mean, are there people out there that think it's a car or that van that was being towed? How would they find his car if it was 10 miles away somewhere? And by the way, he got there at 4 o'clock and used the drone. All right, let's just use common sense right here. Let's just use common sense right here. He got there at 4 o'clock and Christopher Wray says he doesn't leave again after that. So how does his drone get into a vehicle that's 10 miles away? Now, for the conspiracy theorists, to make it work now, they'll say, oh, somebody else drove his car and parked it somewhere, right? instead of just saying, oh, well, the car probably wasn't 10 miles away. It was probably somewhere in the neighborhood now. Well, then you look back at the van video that I just made the other day. That van is only about like less than 0.4 miles from the actual shooting location. So doesn't it make more sense that that is the vehicle? Doesn't it?
We've been able to, by exploiting the drone, determine, its use and flight paths. There were no pictures or videos on the drone of...
And the van has Arizona plates on it. I don't know how he got it or, how that took place. Did he steal the van? I mean, that seems kind of weird, I don't know. It could have just be that he got the van somehow and then changed the plates.
The drone of the day of the rally, for example. But we have been able to reverse engineer the flight path of the drone from the day of the rally.
Okay, so for those who don't watch my show regularly, I'll show you what they're talking about. I've shown this before. It's pretty interesting. I have Mavic 2 Pro and some Mavic Minis, and I know how this works. There's actually a folder on your cell phone if you're using your phone, and to fly the drone, like you put it in these like a little holder and use your phone as the visualization. You can see what the drone sees, and it stores in a folder. And look at this. So this is a flight that I did at a crime scene. There was a body that was a serial killer body in this area, so I just kind of flew around, and look what it does. It creates this exact flight of your drone, and look how amazing that is. In Google Earth, you can actually load it in. So hopefully the FBI is doing this with it, not just kind of each of the points kind of trying to figure out what those mean. If you put it in there like this, you'll see the exact flight that it was on. And so my drone was doing all these things on that day, and that's what it looks like. Isn't that cool? So you have that, and then if you go over to well, if you just listen to Christopher Wray, that's what he's referring to, is that they were able to determine where his flight path was. But the flight path starts right where you're standing, basically. Like you put the drone down, you fly it up, and then it starts recording. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Holiday, you're about the only one that commented on it. Very cool, very cool. Let's see, let's get back to this.
To reverse engineer the flight path of the drone from the day of the rally, and that's how we know that for about 11 minutes, from I think it's around 3:50 p.m. to 4 p.m., somewhere in that range, he was flying the drone, and we have the flight path. It's about 200 yards away from where former President Trump would ultimately be speaking, and so that would have...
So the flight path was 200 yards from Trump was speaking. So let's do this in a minute.
Primarily given him a vantage point. I'm trying to think how to describe this. If the former president's podium is that way.
See, this guy is so, he's not even he's like, his brain doesn't work very well. It's crazy. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
The drone would be over here.
It's so simple. Just say like this. The drone is behind where the shooter would have been, and it was filming Trump.
Looking, say 200 yards again off this way, looking back. So it would have shown the shooter, we think. Again, we're still doing more work on this. I really want to qualify what I'm saying.
And also the people listening to him don't know what he's saying because they're just kind of trying to get their little points in.
I'm trying to be transparent and lean in here. We think it would have shown him kind of what would have been behind him.
No, it doesn't. See, now it's like, now he's saying, then he brings up rear view mirror. That's exactly the opposite of what he said. What?
But when you say behind him, behind the shooter.
Correct. Like in other words, almost like giving him a rear view mirror of the scene behind.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not a rear view mirror of the scene behind him. You just said the camera was behind him. So it's showing the shooter would be in front of the camera. It's not a rear view mirror shot where you're... You guys get what I'm saying? This guy is he can't articulate it. I didn't realize that. I always thought like he always seemed pretty, reasonable and measured. But now, man, I don't have any respect for the way. Now I'm kind of questioning all the shit that you just kind of listened to and assume he was saying that was correct. I mean, but now I know what he's talking about, And so it's like, oh man, I've lost that loving feeling. Not that I ever had any. But see, what he was saying a minute ago was, it's like this. It's behind the shooter, right? And then a minute ago, well, it's kind of like a rear view mirror shot. That's like this. You know, a rear view mirror shot would be like this from where the shooter was. So he just totally confused everybody and switched around what in the hell people were talking about.
Behind him, except again, he wasn't flying it overhead while he was later back for the assassination.
Yeah, we know that, Christopher Ray, that he wasn't still flying the drone while he was there. You know, it was an hour earlier. Sandy, you know, come on, you've always, you didn't have an opinion of him either way. I've seen you typing in there. But now you look at it and you just kind of wonder, like, what in the hell is he doing, you know? That's crazy.
But he would have had, with the drone, he would have been able to also assess.
See, if you guys didn't like him, it was just because he was like, I don't like him because he's part of the FBI. I can actually see that he's not explaining it worth shit. Listen to this.
And so that would have primarily given him a vantage point from, I think it's around 3:50 p.m. to 4 p.m., somewhere in that range. He was flying the drone, and we have the flight path. It's about 200 yards away from where...
All right, this is Just Want to Support the Channel, the maps that you create with all the geolocation lines, views, pins are fantastic. Thank you for what you do. Well, thank you. I think that's what kind of makes it, you know, I try to make it so that people can see what's going on and sort of feel like that they're there.
Where former President Trump would ultimately be speaking. And so that would have primarily given him a vantage point. I'm trying to think how to describe this. If the former president's podium is that way, the drone would be
over here, makes
over
sense.
here, looking
at Trump.
You know, say 200 yards again off this way, looking back. So it would have shown.
Yeah, looking back at Trump. You get what that's saying?
The shooter, we think.
Hey, look at that! It's John Dunn, the legend. 10 memberships, man. Who got those? Let's see. Who got them? Tracy Nixon, Lauren Hoffman, 1L Michelle, I thought you already were one. GG, Lori S, Kim DiMaggio, Pet Nanny, Nancy. I don't know if that's all of them yet. Seems like some more might kick in here in a minute.
Again, we're still doing more work on this. So
right there, what he just described was that he was behind, the camera was 200 yards away, shooting towards Trump, and it was kind of like over the shoulder of the shooter, where the shooter would be, right? And then later he goes, it's kind of a rear view mirror view. No, it's not. Rear view mirror is facing backwards, right? So it's just totally like you're just confused at that point. And there's John Dunn. Very cool.
I want to qualify what I'm saying, but I'm trying to be transparent and lean in here. We think it would have shown him
lean in.
Kind of.
That's one of those buzzwords for progressives, you know.
What would have been behind him?
But when you say behind him, behind the shooter.
Correct. Like in other words, almost like giving him a rear view mirror of the scene behind him. Except again, he wasn't flying it overhead while he was later back for the assassination.
But he would have had, with the drone, he would have been able to also assess kind of what, because the stage I assume was already set, he would have been able to assess that angle with the rooftop as well, forward and backward, I assume.
Well, certainly going towards the podium. Again, we're still trying to figure out exactly what he saw, because we're having to, in effect, because there's no recording of what he saw during those 11 minutes, you know, our hypothesis.
Yeah, so what he was watching on those 11 minutes was the screen on his cell phone or a remote control.
Hypothesis at this point, the experts think he would have been live streaming it. And so we're trying to, in effect, say, okay, if this was the flight pattern, given these capabilities of the drone, what would you have seen? What could you have seen for those 11 minutes? And again, it wasn't over the stage or the kind of the hub of the rally. It was about 200 yards away, but it looks like it would have been looking, let's say, length of a football field or so, more, kind of towards the podium.
Great, thank you, Mr.
How many separate times was the shooter on the premises?
Okay. Actually, then I thought, oh shit, I want to record that too. I did record that next part. I put a video on my other channel of the entire Christopher Wray it's on Red, Gray, Blue channel, where it has every single answer that Christopher Wray gave in the House Committee. I think it was like House Committee on the Judiciary, probably the House Judiciary Committee, where he answered all those questions, and I only put the ones related to the shooting. And so you can go watch it, and I sped it up about 15%, so everybody's talking faster. It's only about 55 minutes long instead of 4.5 hours. I edited out all the other garbage. So here's the other one that he just asked, that other question.
Great, thank you.
Yeah,
How many separate times was the shooter?
I'm going to do the 200-yard thing in a minute. That's what I was just about to do a minute ago, but I wanted to keep playing.
The premises?
So again, with the caveat that we're continuing to do work on it, we believe that the first time he traveled to the grounds was, I think, a week before, and he spent roughly 20 minutes there. Then he went to the grounds again.
I've seen the Matt Gaetz thing. I thought it was, I'm not a big fan of Matt Gaetz. I got it recorded. I think it's funny and everything, but he's just, he seems like he's just there for the show. And he's never really, I never take him seriously. He looks like the Joker a little bit, with his like eyebrows almost like pasted up onto his forehead or something. I know he's like the hero for all the, I'm just not a big fan of him. I like a lot of the other people. I don't know why. He seems, what I don't like about him is he's too, he created a lot of problems for no good reason. Yeah.
On the morning of the event.
I know people think the word based is something good.
It appears for about 70 minutes, I think, but again, I qualify that. I'd have to go back and look to be sure of that part. And then he came back in the afternoon, so that would be, I guess, a third time for good, but that included things like this drone activity we just talked about.
Gentleman from California's.
It was, I think, a week before, and he spent roughly 20 minutes there. Then he went to the grounds again on the morning of the...
Yeah, I'd like to know that on the morning, he was there for quite a long time.
The event, it appeared...
Yeah, I liked how he busted him. I have that clip, Laura. I actually have it recorded. I was going to load that up on my other channel, too, just because it was kind of funny.
For about 70 minutes, I think, but again, I qualify that. I'd have to go back and look to be sure of that part. And then he came back in the afternoon, so that would be, I guess, a third time for good, but that included things like this drone activity.
See, like he came back for the third time, and he said that it was for good, right? Like, so he never left after the drone. So if the drone got back into his vehicle, don't you think that the vehicle was pretty close to the grounds there? Doesn't that make sense?
Activity we just talked about.
Gentleman from California's recognized.
All right. I get why people like Gaetz or whatever. I just think he causes internal battling in a party. See, here's one. If you're somebody that watches the Democrats, they don't have this kind of bickering. They'll actually sell their souls to stick together as a team and always, like, look at what they did with Kamala, somebody that everybody hated. They turned her into almost Jesus overnight because they all came together, because they'll do whatever it takes to win. Republicans don't do whatever it takes to win. They do what they feel is right, which is how you want it, but you lose. You know, that's the thing. It's crazy, right? You do what's right, and you create problems, and oh, we're not together, and then there's fracturing and all this crap, and then you don't win because of that. Those guys will do whatever it takes to get elected. That's why Kamala Harris is somehow this great person when they all hated her prior to this. It's really bizarre. I've never seen anything like it. All right, let's do this. Okay, so right here is where the Trump was, right? So let's get this out here and put the circle, and I'll get the yards. And you said 200 yards, right? God, so he was just... That's nuts. Look at that. Boom. So that means he was just right here in this parking lot. Probably right over here. Right on the edge of the... Right where this line is 200 yards. So he got right there and flew the drone up in the air. And he just looked over himself. See, that's exactly what he said originally, right? So about right here, he was flying that drone. Okay? Right in this spot, he was up in the air, flying the drone, looking right over behind to see the shot that he might have. Okay? But then he goes, well, it's kind of like looking back through a rearview mirror. Really? So that's like this? He was looking like that? Why would he do that? That's weird. So anyways, he got really confusing. What I want is a document. Is there any way to get like a probable cause type document? That would be so amazing in this case, where they have times and GPS locations and really good descriptions of every single thing that happened. I hope this comes out at some point. But even when you read that, stuff will be missing. They'll go, well, one of the counter snipers took him out from a roof nearby. Well, we don't want to know where it was nearby. We want to know the exact roof it was from, because it doesn't hurt anything for us to know what roof that was. Yeah, but they don't tell you. They won't tell you because they just, they don't want to. I never really understood that, but let's see. Maybe for the parents' house warrant, we can land on Mars, but they have so much trouble with this case. All right, and again, I'll throw it out there. If you're out there and you feel like you can help support the channel, I would appreciate it. I do these shows on a nightly basis, and you guys, like Ivan Victor right there, are the only source of income. Thank you. Got to get John Dunn in there for the... Maybe if we get to the notebook spin tonight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and Ivan Victor. I think I've already got the bots on, don't I? They're on. I don't know if they're not working or... Let me see if I type in links. Does that work? Yeah, they're in there, right? I just want to see if they're working. Kamala was so despised by Democrat voters, she had to withdraw her failed. Yeah, she got no delegates, and she also called Biden a racist. Man, it's just the memory, the short memory, and the whitewashing of history is just unbelievable, you know. But it works. That's what's weird about it. It works. Yeah, so there it goes. My bots are on there, Zoza. See that? Let's see. Elections are getting more and more mysterious and weird. Yeah. Yeah, it's really, it's getting to the point where it's kind of it's very disheartening. You know, It's just the narratives that people are able to convince other people about. You remember how John McCain was, everybody loved him that were Democrats because he'd always work with their side. And as soon as he became the candidate, he was the most radically right conservative president ever to run. It's just, man, it's brutal. Body camera footage of the search of Crook's home. Yeah, all that stuff would be interesting. Man, you guys, this is... So that is the distance from where Trump was, 200 yards, right inside of here. That means he was in this parking lot, flew his drone up in the air, had a little bit of protection behind the trees, people couldn't see him, and he must have taken it off from right there, I would think. I mean, it's also possible he was over here flying that drone and then moved it over into this location. You know, this is also inside of that. There was a bike over here, but people are saying that the bike that was right here isn't his bike. You know, I don't know whose bike it is. Somebody said it was a homeless guy. At one point, Crooks was sitting on a rock wall, not a rock wall, a cement wall that was right here. And then at one point he was walking in this area. So he's definitely scouting around, doing different things. These are some interesting shots, you know, and there it is right there. That's the wall he was sitting on. And probably the window up here is the one that he was filmed out of, see? So I think he's either sitting on the wall or right next to it. But right there, and he's basically, in this picture, he'd be standing there facing this guy. And I think that's what this guy's even doing right here. He's trying to figure out exactly where that guy was. So, you know, he might be a little bit further out, maybe in this area. And this is the shot from that far off sniper way over there. See, the rallies over way over this building right here. And this person's on a grandstands, which was way in this direction. So you can still see that building right there. So he's right there on top, probably. And interestingly, that's just outside of the 200 yards from where Trump was. It wasn't, though, Michael. It wasn't. Okay. The earshot came from Crooks. All 8 shots came from Crooks on top of the roof of the building. Okay. I know that people want it to be something else. It's just isn't true. Okay. There isn't somebody in the window shooting at Trump. Absolutely false information. So if you believe that, it's kind of bizarre because there's nothing indicating that. So it's just believing in something because you want to. All right, but hey, you're more than welcome to believe whatever the hell you want, right? Now let's see what this says.
Yes, breaking right now as the investigation continues into Saturday's attempted assassination of...
This is July 17th, this one. I just want to see what it says.
A slew of new details coming in
this
afternoon.
Briefings with the FBI and Secret Service on Capitol Hill just wrapped up.
Well, thank you to Calamity Jade on Cash App. Thank you.
And we want to get right to Channel 11's Nicole Ford, live in the Channel 11 newsroom with some brand new information on this. Nicole?
David, Gordon, a lot of new information coming out in the last hour from those 2 briefing calls with House and Senate leaders about Saturday's attempted assassination. Now, multiple Republican leaders calling for the resignation of the Secret Service director after learning that briefing.
Resigned.
We are hearing from our state senator Bob Casey telling me, quote, I just received a briefing from federal law enforcement officials on the assassination attempt on former President Trump in Butler on Saturday. In the coming days, I look forward to a thorough review and investigation, including Senate hearings into the security failures of that day.
Yeah, well, we need to know the answers to that. Let's see what this one says. Trump rally shooting. One of these was from today. I'm not a fan of this guy either. The way he talks just drives me batty.
Last night, they failed.
It's so fake.
Service went without a gunshot fired at one of their protectees.
Just yesterday, a blimp landed in eastern Oregon. Scientists say it was just... Hey, listen, Vitter, when you're doing these, just when you're an anchor like this, you can kind of talk normally. You don't have to have this crazy sort of half Walter Cronkite, half, standard Kentucky news reporter. It's just
A
kind of weird.
gunshot fired at one of their...
And no, I'm not dissing people in Kentucky. I'm just saying a random reporter just sort of da 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 da. There's like this little cadence they've got.
Their protectees, and they call it a zero-fail mission. Last night, they failed. Evan Lambert is in Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, an hour...
I just realized his left eye is a lot smaller than his right eye.
South of Butler, where the rally took place. Evan, behind you, I understand, is the suspect's home. What do we know about him?
Maybe he uses that one to focus.
Leland, we are learning a lot more detail from a background call with FBI senior officials. This is something that they did several hours ago with reporters, and it's pretty unprecedented with an active investigation of this scale. We've not really seen anything of this scale in recent history. So they felt that it was important to brief reporters on where they were so far with this investigation, where they are in suspect to do such a heinous...
Hey, well, I'm sure my ears, one smaller, who the hell knows what I got on me? I was just looking at it. I was like, wow, hey, that's weird.
Act and take those shots at former President Trump last night. We know that they have the suspect's cell phone. They either obtained it from the home or one of the vehicles that is associated with this suspect. They also say that they found a rudimentary series of explosive devices in a vehicle associated with the suspect and also at the suspect's home, which really prompted a lockdown of this neighborhood. It is still inaccessible. The street that the suspected shooter Crooks lives on still inaccessible to those neighbors on that street tonight as the FBI remains going through. We are hearing about him, describing him as a loner, someone who would sit at the cafeteria.
Yeah, all right, let's see this one. Loner, sit at the cafeteria all by himself. People would make fun of him, blah, blah, blah. Trump gunman planned to create diversion with explosives. I suggested that on one of the first shows that we ever did on this case. Seemed kind of obvious. Let's see, House Foreign... But the thing is, he didn't have them turned on in the vehicle, so I'm not really sure about that. But this is from today. House Foreign Affairs Rep. Michael McCall said Sunday, so that's today, that the gunman behind the assassination attempt against Donald Trump had wanted to create a diversion with explosives so that he could escape. Yeah, and that's exactly what we were saying. Then it said, FBI Director Christopher Wray testified before the House Judiciary Committee last Wednesday. I see what you wrote, Zozo, we'll check it out. Last Wednesday, that as part of its investigation into the shooting at Trump campaign's rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, law enforcement recovered from Thomas Crook's vehicle a drone and explosive devices that could be detonated remotely. Crooks also had a transmitter, although remote detonation likely would not have worked from his location, Wray said. No, he didn't just say that. Wray said that they weren't turned on. So, that's a little disingenuous right there. But who knows if what Wray said is accurate. Where are you at, Sandy Shirley? Come on! Yes, you guys. I just realized that I don't trust what Christopher Wray says very much because of the way, now that I know what he's saying, is like gobbledygook. It doesn't really make any sense. It's just kind of goofy, crappy information. So what makes you wonder is all those other times when he's talking, he sounds so reasonable and logical. You just kind of expect that he's above it all. But it turns out I might just not know what he's talking about well enough in those instances to realize he was full of crap on those. Let's see. FBI Director Christopher Wray testified before the House Judiciary Committee last Wednesday. Pennsylvania law enforcement recovered Thomas Crook's drone vehicle, a drone, and explosive devices that could be detonated remotely. Crooks also had a transmitter, although remote detonation likely would not have worked from his location. While the FBI still does not know Crook's motive, McCall, who formerly chaired the House Committee on Homeland Security, provided new details on Crook's plan before the assassination attempt. What's interesting, Robert, what's interesting, Robert, is that he had a detonation device on him and 2 bombs in the car. So they keep saying car, not van. McCall told host Robert Costa on CBS, Face the Nation, what his plan was to assassinate the president, create a diversion by blowing up his vehicle. This is exactly, hey freaks, for those watching those shows, isn't that exactly what I said? On the other side of the property, and I'm talking about like on the 15th, I said that. His vehicle on the other side of the property, and then he could escape. Secret Service snipers shot Crooks dead after he fired an AR-15 from the top of a building just 400 feet from Trump, killing 1 rally-goer and injuring 2 other attendees on July 13th. In addition, Trump sustained a 2-centimeter wide wound to his ear during the shooting, and the bullet was less than a quarter of an inch from entering his head, according to the former president doctor. I don't know if it was like 2 centimeters. That's kind of, I've seen images. It seems like it just took out a little bit of the cartilage. I don't know if they put a graft in there, you know. Secret Service snipers shot Crooks dead after he fired an AR-15 from the top of a building just 400 feet from Trump. No, it was 450. Killing 1 rally-goer and injuring 2 other attendees on July 13th. Yeah, and I'll just prove it to you. Okay, I have this perfectly mapped out. This is the stage, and the sniper was in the 20th flat over near the top right here. So if I was just going to make another one here, go right there, and then go to right where Trump is standing, right here, and hit the measure. That's 152 yards. So that would be 456 feet. All right? So it's not 400, like they keep saying over and over and over and over and over again. Let's see. In addition, Trump sustained a 2-centimeter wide wound. Okay. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle faced immense scrutiny from Democrats and Republicans alike over the agency's failure to prevent the assassination attempt. She resigned last week, the day after House Oversight Committee hearing, in which she struggled to answer questions, and that was just what a catastrophe for her. You know, it almost makes you realize that she knew that her not answering questions was going to get her fired, and yet she did it anyway. So that kind of adds to like, wow, okay, is there something more to her somehow? You know, was she allowing things to be lax over, you know, for a long period of time, making it more likely that something would happen? I mean, who knows, right? I mean, that's one of the things you have to wonder about. Hey, thanks, Alex. Gifted 5 Gray Hughes Investigates memberships. And let's see who got them this time. Rob Stewart, Bullseye, Brenda Starr, Planner Life, and Kenda. Wow, you related to Joe? You related to Joe at all? You don't see a lot of Kendas out there. You got to be related to Joe Kenda, man. He's one of my favorites. I wish I had some some sound bites from him too. He's a little bit. He is very similar to Grady Judd, actually. He just says whatever the hell he thinks. You know what I mean? McCall visited the site where Crooks was positioned and believes the gunman should have never been that close to Trump, he said. The Republican added, however, that he has faith and confidence in the Secret Service at large, just not its former leadership. I'm glad that Director Cheadle did the right thing and resigned, McCall said. Like, I think she would have kept her job had she come in there and said, you know, there was a failure here. We made a big mistake. We're going to do everything in our power so that never happens again. And let me tell you what happened on this day. So this is it. Ding, 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 ding. You know, lay out all the points and just say, and that's what happened. And we're going to do everything we can to make sure that none of those elements happen again. And we're on it. And here's how we're going to improve it. Now we have this ding, 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 ding. You know, that would have worked. Okay. People would have said, okay, you know, and they might have not pushed so hard. She came in there as unprepared as, I don't even know where, a good example. She looked like a clown. She had absolutely no answers for anything. I think there was one point she answered a couple of questions and they were like, oh, finally. It was ridiculous. It was already a week after. She should have had a complete timeline. She should have got her Secret Service agents in there and discussed it. But I think what it is she realized that the answers look terrible because it's like, oh, well, yeah, we didn't communicate with the cops. We didn't do this. We didn't do that. It's just, man, I think she'd still be working today if she had done that. What else? As several congressional committees probed the assassination attempt, the House voted unanimously last Wednesday to create a bipartisan task force to also investigate the shooting. The task force, which will be composed of 7 Republicans and 6 Democrats, each chosen by their party respective leadership, must release its report of findings by mid-December. How about by tomorrow? I mean, what do you mean mid-December? How could it take you that long? But anyways, I guess there will be a report at some point. But why mid-December? This is something that should take you 2 weeks at the very most. You know, the background, sure, of the shooter, blah, blah, blah. But what happened that day should take 2 weeks at the very latest. Like if you were just really slow, it'd take 2 weeks. All you'd have to do is get everybody that was there that day, get the communications out, and figure out what happened, and it shouldn't take 4 months. Oh, Jesus. Unreal. Well, let's see. Currently, you guys, we're still not even at the new lower goal, if you can believe that. She didn't look like a clown. She looked like a grade A pair of clown shoes. Yeah. I mean, basically, when she was talking, we could have just played this. I did want to hear that. Okay, let's see. Or, it could be the newer one. I like this one here. Let's see. Hi, my name is Cheadle. Well, I have some answers for you, everybody. I'm going to tell you absolutely nothing. let's see what we got here. Possible emails. Okay, I'm going to download these. Come on, come on, come on. I bet you these aren't going to be legit. I mean, if they're from him, What? A man in a suit? What does that got to do with anything? Is this today? Maria Vart Aroma says a man in a gray suit climbed the ladder while police were taking pictures of Thomas Crook's body and gave them a number. Oh yeah. Yeah, remember that's the guy that was on the roof in the first video that we watched. Remember him? He was that guy that just kept blabbing away while the counter snipers are up there talking to him. Yeah, that's what they're referring to there. You guys remember that one, right? The let's see, Trump rally. Probably, yeah, this is when that footage came out. Let's see if I can find it. It's on like the, what is it, 26th maybe? Maybe the 25th. Shooter. Yeah, this might be it. Yeah, it was this guy right here. I think. No, that's the long one. Might be this one. Yeah. No, that's the full thing. Yeah, that is correct. That was part of the initial. Okay. So that was the 25th. Man, that was already that many days ago, huh? 24th, I bet. No, maybe 23rd. Oh. Yeah, I don't see it. I know I have it in here somewhere. It's on the Chuck Grassley's site. Maybe 23rd. Okay, there it is. It's this one right here.
The sniper that sent the original pictures and seen him come from the bus.
That's the crappy version. It's this one right here is the good one. Don't you remember this guy? It's this guy right here, though.
We don't know.
We already had that information. Remember, this is the guy in the suit on the roof, right here.
We don't know. So
I
we're
don't
just
know.
treating that as suspicious device.
Oh, 1 second. I believe the sniper that seen these and sent the pictures is right inside this building. Michelle, is Greg in there? All right. So if you go to that window that's open,
I know who it is. I got it right here.
and yell for Greg. That's the sniper that sent the original pictures and seen him come from the bike and set the book back down and then lost sight of him.
Okay.
He's the one that sent the pictures out. I don't know if you got the same ones I did.
I think I did, yeah. He's like got his glasses on and he's
So we had the
It's just some probably Secret Service.
picture of that.
I got that.
Okay, and then this is his bike with the stuff. And our sniper seen him walking away from that, I believe.
Okay.
But he would be right inside that window. He's the one that physically seen this, sent the pictures, and
I don't know who this guy is.
put it out.
Okay, so
He's not. I don't know. He's just some dude. You know, some investigator.
so and we have somebody detained, correct?
There that I don't know.
Detained on this side. Our guy that was just up here told me that there's a guy detained who's the owner of the bike, and I said, no, I think that's the owner of the bike.
Yeah, basically when I got
We've been up here, so we wouldn't know that information.
We just hauled ass. We got over here.
Got it.
And we hopped up
No,
over it.
yeah, that's no problem. Is that all your stuff?
That was one of our
Yeah, so someone came up looking to treat him. And
he had some
Yeah, they do. I talked to the guy. They were those people detained were filming.
Oh, yeah, so I guess some of these, if those were popping up high enough, these things could be what we were seeing back there. Because, let's see.
The American Water was notified. They authorized.
Maybe they were involved. Maybe they weren't.
Will start somebody.
Although it's kind of, those are so far back there, I can't imagine being able to see that.
Other than that, I haven't heard anybody.
Well,
I mean, and the angle would put them out of view.
Nothing. Hold out the line, man.
The guys that saw them filming were like, "Oh, they were filming us." And
Okay, yeah, all right. We've already heard that 400 times. All right, so what are these things that you're sending me here? Let's see, what is this? 5:38, these are the photo, oh, so these are the text message from the cops. So here's one at 5:38, 5:38 again. Kid learning around leaning is probably what they meant. Around building we are in, AGR, I believe it is. I did see him with a rangefinder looking towards the stage, FYI. If you want to notify Secret Service snipers to look out, I lost sight of him. Also, a bike with a backpack sitting next to it in rear of building that was not seen earlier. So, is that his bike or is it not his bike? People keep saying, oh, it's a homeless person's bike. Seems like these could be real. I mean, they're not like overly sensational. Someone followed our lead and snuck in and parked by our cars, just so you know. I'm just letting you know because you see me go out with my rifle and put it in my car, so he knows you guys are up there. He's sitting to the direct right on a picnic table about 50 yards from the exit. Huh. That'd be interesting if that's what he's talking about. Mark Willis said, and thank you, Mark Willis said, it completely confound me that people are walking around not even concerned about what just happened. It completely confounds me that people are walking around not even concerned about what just happened. Yeah, well, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I was freaked out just being, I was on my treadmill and watched it happen live on television on Right Side Broadcasting. And so I was like, I knew those were gunshots the second I heard the first pop. I never went, ooh, are those firecrackers? I knew they were gunshots, and then when I saw that they were affecting Trump, I just, man, my heart was beating all weird all over the place. It was crazy. And then he goes down, but I walked into another room, and I came back. I don't know. I mean, people, I think it's amazing, to be honest with you, that people wanted to make sure that Trump was okay. They stood around and watched. You know? I mean, people didn't run away trampling everybody. I like that. What do you think? I wonder if Crooks made a list of all the actions he needed to remember in the same way that Rex Heuermann composed a list to follow. It's hard to say. Hard to say. Just a friendly reminder, a free way to support the channel. Hit that like button. I know, isn't that ridiculous? We're only at 782 likes. Although that's more than that are watching now. I guess I lost their interest. I don't know, because he's just, there's not much to know about him. He's kind of a loner type, just, you know. I mean, people have come forward that knew him. And there might be somebody that has a lot of information on him. I'm sure the FBI got a ton of people. Yeah, so we have this picture here. This is one of the ladders people are talking about, but this is what they put there to get up on the roof. Yeah, Crooks did not use a ladder to get on the roof. He climbed up on some mechanical device or whatever you want to call it, but who knows? See, Christopher Wray, the wording. He climbed up on a mechanical device and then some pipes. What the hell does that even mean? Oh, well, what does mechanical device mean? Oh, well, an air conditioner. Okay, why didn't you say that? Why did you call it a mechanical device? It's a little weird. Gotta be honest with you. And thank you again, Mark Willis. And also to Timothy Cecil, running around, trampling people, causing chaos is idiotic behavior. Yeah, you see that a lot in some of the other riots out there. And it didn't come out right. Oh, right? Yeah. It like kept what you probably said. You repeated yourself, right? But you try to word it differently the next time. There, let me see if... Okay, so guess what, everybody? I gave my kid his first car. So he's got our car that we had in 2010, and so signed it over to him. He's got his, all the insurance and everything kicked in, is switched over. He was already insured on that car. Now he's got to get the registration and stuff, but he got to drive out and do his first sort of fishing mission. It was cool. Like, he drove down to the river and fished, and he made it back home. So that's pretty cool. It's like, that's such a freeing. Do you guys remember when you first got your first car, and that first couple, the first week or two when you're driving around, going places on your own, and you feel so much freedom? Yeah, it's just such a great feeling. Like, just, man, I can do something. I mean, he's been, I'd say for like a year and a half, almost, I'm getting close to 2 years, really. He just kind of driving around, like he's always going home after work and doesn't really have anywhere to go. I mean, I take him fishing sometimes here and there, but I'm so busy with the show and stuff. Yeah, isn't that crazy, Calamity? We played some of that earlier. That video was crazy. For a minute there, it had 70,000 views in an hour. That one I put out earlier. That's just insane. But then now it's slowing down quite a bit. Now it's at 15,000 an hour. It was weird how it just went shooting out like a cannon. It was just crazy. But what's weird is that video that I put out earlier has 103,000 views. I mean, that's nuts, right? Looney Tunes. Yeah, goes down. He didn't catch anything, he said. He said he got snagged 3 times. Yeah. Yeah, anyways, I'm happy that he's able to... It's a Subaru Forester 2010. And I had to get a new... to be able to do that, we just got another one for... so Chris now has the 2017, and man, I don't know, these new ones are pretty weird. They're so digital, it's ridiculous. Like, you actually you get in the car, you press the button, and mine has a camera on it where you sit down and it says, let's create a user. And then you type in your name, it takes a picture of you, and then whatever settings you have right there in the car, it keeps. So if let's say you went in there and you change all the mirrors around and you change the height of the seat. When I sit down, it's looking at my face and goes, oh, here's your settings. And all of a sudden the mirrors go, bzzz. Then my seat raises up. That's kind of weird. If I'm being honest. No, we haven't had this conversation before. Yeah, it was just kind of a video. It's the same video that I put out. The one earlier was only 10 minutes long. It was the same one I put out before. It's just I switched over the audio and partial video of this new video that came out. What was I looking at earlier? Now here was sort of a timeline thing. It said at 5:41, AGR Sniper 1 calls into command and offers a description of Crooks and the rangefinder, and says Crooks was lurking around the AGR building. So I guess he wasn't on the roof with it. 5:49, photos of crooks were sent to Butler County Emergency Services Command. So that's Butler County, not Secret Service. 5:55, Butler County Emergency Services confirmed. I mean, it sounds like the Butler County people were all over this. Butler County Emergency Services confirms the photos were received. 5:59, Butler County Emergency Services asked which direction Crooks is moving. AGR Sniper 1 is initially unsure which direction Crooks is moving. At 6:05, this is only 6 minutes before the shooting. AGR Sniper 1 later says Crooks has a backpack and is moving northeast in the direction of Sheets. Whoever that is. So that's 6:05. It says Crooks has a backpack and is moving. See, again, the backpack has the folded up AR-15 in it. And my theory is that it was placed inside of a tree, this tree right here. Although, you know, if he goes up on the other side, I don't know if that's likely. But it could be that he walked around over here and got the gun that he put inside this tree, folded up. I mean, how easy would that be to hide in there? Who the hell would look in that tree? So you put it in there, and then he goes behind here, puts it in the backpack. Then maybe strolls around the front of the building again. Who knows? And makes his way around this direction and comes around maybe this side and comes up over here. I mean, we don't really know exactly where he went up. It could be even in this area, maybe. Maybe he, there's a video out there, the guy thinks he went here, like on top of here, easy to get to there, and then up on the roof, and then walked around, and then just came across these little bridges right there. So, you know, that actually makes sense. There's a video out there. This guy flew his drone around, really clear stuff. And he suggests that it was right back, where was it? I just had that. It was really clear. Yeah, right here. So this is actually a raised air conditioning unit, and then it goes up on top of this little shed that's only like 2 feet above that, 3 feet. But on top of that, you can easily get on the roof. And that one made a lot of sense. I think she freaked because they're getting harassed. You know how people blame the parents, and I don't think the parents have anything to do with it. Yeah, to me it seems like, here's what I think the parents, I think they were aware that their kid there's something wrong with him a little bit. And likely their problem is they shouldn't have been allowing their kid to, you know, be shooting an AR-15 if he's got a depressive problem. Apparently he had a big issue. But on that day, he didn't come back, and it turns out he didn't go to the range, so they probably went, oh my God, maybe something's going on here. And then after the shooting, they call in again and say, oh shit, man, maybe our kid, you know, because they thought maybe he did it. I don't know. I'd have to have a hell of a lot more information to start thinking the parents were in on something. Comms were fine. Proof sniper team number 2 did a 180 over 5 minutes. I don't know what that means, man. It's not a conspiracy. 2 ESU personnel left their post. Well, we heard that, but then they actually completely denied it, Harold. Like the same city goes, that was wrong. When the Pennsylvania State Police said that they left their post and went into the air conditioning area, they said that that was wrong, and those aren't the same 2 people that were on the ground. One was being hoisted up. So, I mean, here's the thing. If it is true that the snipers that were on the building that Crooks was on left their post and went inside to an air conditioning unit, you have the answer to what happened. That's the breakdown right there. That's the main breakdown, is that a roof that should have had a sniper on it did not, because they wanted to be in an air conditioning room. And that would be the answer why he was able to get up there. And he was also in a position where the snipers in those rooms weren't really looking. You'd have to kind of turn your head out the window and see him over there. I know, we don't know. I thought, you know, the news report said that law enforcement, there was like 20 cops that they looked in the van, they were kind of startled, and then all of a sudden they start driving away with the van. So did they neutralize the bombs in the vehicle first and then drive away? Or, you know, what happened? Because they didn't seem to really take a lot of care driving the van away. But the van makes a lot of sense, because we know right now that crooks at 4 o'clock never left again the area. So him saying that means that the car was in the general area, right? Because the drone was back in the vehicle. So was the vehicle or the car the van? Because right here makes so much sense, doesn't it? Like, he's parked right here on this street. He goes over here, and then, you know, 4 o'clock, he flies a drone, then he makes his way back over here, and then he puts the drone back in the vehicle, then he walks back over, right back to his area, and now he's there kind of monitoring. He's got his rangefinder out. He's doing other things. He's already got where he's going to shoot from. He's already got that dialed in with the drone. Now he's out there getting his measurements with the rangefinder. I mean, isn't that weird? Did none of these people see him being the pilot of the drone? Wouldn't you be a little bit more suspicious of a guy that's flying a drone around? So, I mean, are they only knowing that he flew the drone because of forensics? Was there nobody at 4 o'clock anywhere around looking up in the air and going, gee, guys, there's a drone up there, and it looks like this skinny, pasty guy with glasses is flying the drone? Then an hour later, gee, guys, the same pasty, skinny guy has a rangefinder he's looking through, and he's pointing it at the stage. That probably doesn't mean anything. And then, then later he's sitting around, walking around in front of the building. Now the same pasty, skinny guy is up on the roof. He's sitting there, but we don't know if he has a gun or anything. He's just got a backpack that he's reaching into or something, right? Then he reaches in and he unfolds. It just gets to the point where that's where it's easy for people to see some kind of conspiracy. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I can't see why people think that. I just don't see. I just think it's been like an absolute complacent problem by the Secret Service. Yeah, everything's going to work. Everything's going to work. Yeah. It's been 45 years. Yeah. And it made it so lax that it's also just ridiculous that building wasn't in the perimeter. Really? I mean, 150-yard clear shot from a roof. If he wasn't seen with the rifle, of course, he had it stashed. So just curious, where do you think he had? I've explained that. I'll show you. I think he had the rifle stashed. I think he was walking around with the backpack doing all kinds of things. He probably hoped that they would find him, and he'd just say, I'm just using this as binoculars. And then they would say he had nothing else in his backpack, and that would free him later to then take the folded up AR-15 out of this. I think he put it right here. I think at some point in the morning, I bet you at 9 in the morning when he went out there really early when nobody was around, he took the AR-15 and put it in this bush tree on the back side. That's my opinion. It's just a theory. He puts it back there. Then he does the rest of the day. We don't even know where he went from. Where was he between? I guess if he was there early in the morning, he may have gone to the range after that, which is sort of interesting. It wasn't computer AI. The 8 shots are all from the same shooter, okay? Now, if I did a poll, it would just make me angry to see if a large percentage of people that think that the other 5 shots were for somebody else. It just wasn't. How do you know, Gray? Are you an acoustic expert or what? Well, you know what? My brain actually works. Hey, listen to this. Listen, here we go. Let's play it again.
Make yourself small, bro. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, see, they're shot so fast they're on top of each other. It has the exact same sound on each one of them. They actually found 8 casings on the roof. Exactly, like Harold said. And right after those 5 shots, there's a different shot that sounds like it hits the roof, and that's the one that missed. So listen to it again. 3 controlled, slow shots trying to hit Trump in the head. Then when Trump went down, he likely thought he hit him because he wasn't using a scope. He was using the red dot, sort of the look-through glass kind of thing that comes with it, all right, with the AR-15. And so you got 3 slow ones. He might have thought he hit him because he went down. And then after that, you hear 5. And then about a second after those, you hear one little different sound. That was the sniper missing him because that's the 9th overall shot. And then about 6 seconds after that, a shot comes in from another sniper that actually kills him. All right, so here we go.
Make yourself small, bro. I don't know what's going on.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Boom. That was the one. Missed. That's the one that missed. That next one. Boom. That's the sniper shot, I believe, from the south barn behind Trump that took him out. Now, there's another person out there with 1 million views that said, without ever mentioning the snipers on the south barn, he said that the shot came in from this building over here that took out Crooks. I have this shot in here as the one that missed. I think the one that took him out was on this building, the southern barn on this side right here, and from this location had a wide open shot of Crooks and just went boom like that. I think that's the one, and that's why it sounds louder too, because that went right over this guy's head. That's right here. I mean, look at that. That shot from here, this is where that guy with the camera was standing, right next to this tree here. So that went right over his shoulder. Well, whatever it is, you know, the standard one, the standard setup. He didn't have an extra scope. Okay, so he bought it that way. It's not, but here's what I think he was doing, you guys. Want to hear a theory? Here's what he wanted to do. He didn't want a scope. Listen to this. He didn't want a scope. This guy practiced, and he was a very good shot. They all said it at the range. So that whole thing about the school was bogus. He said that he wanted to know how far Lee Harvey Oswald's shot was. So he wanted to make sure his shot was further than Lee Harvey Oswald. Then he also he didn't use a scope at all. He just used the red dot on the glass where you just look through it. And he wanted people to go, damn, what a great shot that guy was. One of the best shots ever by one of these. And that's what he was looking for. He wanted to be like this, you know, like a really highly thought of killer at some point. You know, because if you ask any of the experts out there, they'll say that it's a pretty difficult shot, especially under stressful situation, without having a scope from 150 yards and he just missed. He actually, you could almost count it as a hit. Even though, I mean, it grazed the ear, but the fact that he just miraculously turned his head is why Trump is alive. That means the shot was right on target. Trump just miraculously turned his head at that time. Because they were looking the other direction, Zozo. I don't understand the question. They were actually facing the completely opposite direction and then turned at some point. When was he located? But I think what he was trying to do, that's why he wanted to look up how far he wanted to beat him. Do you guys get that? Do you guys agree with that? That he was trying to beat Lee Harvey Oswald? Okay, I'm going to do it with that. Just the red dot sights. And snipers out there say that's a tough shot from 150 yards without having a scope. And actually it depends on the bullets too that they're using. I think he just wanted to know, And I bet you he was going to set up so he was just outside of Lee Harvey Oswald's range, etc. Yeah, of course they should. They were, Zozo. They were. I just told you that. I just told you that. I literally, absolutely just told you that these snipers on this building here were facing this direction. These snipers were facing this direction. But when there was trouble that was happening, the sniper on this building here turned their guns around and then aimed them in this direction over here. When people, I think they, you know, when, I don't know if it was right after they heard the sound or whatever, but they switched. And I don't know what you mean by what again. They were facing in opposite directions. I just told you that they switched right at the end there. The rest of the time they were facing the other direction. Let me see if I can find those pictures. I don't know where they're at, but I know I have them somewhere out there. No, that's not them. Is it this one? No, not there. 4th, 23rd. No. 21st maybe. 20th. I don't know where they're at. I've seen the pictures of two completely different snipers on the southern barn. Both of them were facing the other direction. Then they turned around and shot. Then they turned around and faced the same direction that these snipers were, because they were blocked out by the tree. So they turned around and got set up, and then I believe they're the ones that took out the shooter. I'm just going to try to find this. Yeah, so those snipers are on this roof right there. And it's funny, I didn't really even realize there was a lake over there till just like yesterday. I never even cared or paid attention. Okay, there's that one. Then the 22nd. Is it this one? Oh yeah, here we go. So here's the other set of snipers. Right here. See how they're different with the different hats? They were facing to the right prior to this. And I do have the picture of it somewhere, but I don't see it right now. Oh, there it is. There it is. See, look. These guys right here. See, with those hats on? Those are different than the other ones, right? See how they're facing that direction on that roof? See that? They're facing that way, and then they switched. See, that's the exact same side. See that little, it's not like a mirror image or anything. You see how you've got this and this? It's just a little bit over to the left on this shot right here. So these guys are filming over that direction. And then these guys, then they switched over, and I think this guy, one of these two here, took that guy out. What do you guys think? You see that, Zozo? I'm showing what you wanted to see. I want to make sure you see it. They were facing the way you wanted them to before that. They just turned them around when something happened. All right, just want to make sure you see it. So here's where they were originally. Then later they switched, and that's out. So from that angle, it's like this. And they're up here now. They're facing that direction. And look at that shot. I mean, that's just so... I mean, that's an easy shot for one of these guys. That's 180 yards-ish with a wide open shot. This tree isn't in their way. It is on this group right here. Let's see. Ding 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 ding. 900 and... But why are they facing the same way? I just explained it. I just explained it to you, Zozo. I just explained it to you. It's not normal. They're facing the same way because after they heard something, they switched. They were facing this direction, looking over here. Then they switched over when they could have even been, hey, I don't have a shot, you guys. I don't have a shot over here. The tree's in my way. Then they switched their rifles around. I don't know when they actually switched them, but it might have been after they heard that there was a threat of some sort. Then they faced that direction. Okay? God, what do you mean? Missed beginning of the live. Going to slide back to the beginning of the blessed nights. That's right. You're going to get in trouble, Ivan. You're going to get in trouble. I read the famous photo of the snipers were not the... Yeah, I've explained that like literally 1,000 times, Loxy. The famous photo of the snipers, they're right here. Okay, so just realize what I'm trying to tell you. The very first show we did on this, I recognized and said on the show that these snipers were blocked out by this tree. The media didn't report on this for like 3 or 4 days after that these snipers could not see because of the thick tree that's right here. So then it came out that the other snipers on the south building were the ones that took him out, and from their position they have an absolutely wide open shot of the shooter right there. And so does this guy that was way over here, and there's people that claim that the sniper on this one was the one that killed Crooks from over here, and because he had a shot too, but I guess we don't really know yet. See, that's why I'm saying, why can't we get that information from like Christopher Wray? Why can't he say, hey everybody, we believe that the sniper, well, we don't just believe, the sniper that took out Crooks was on the south barn, and let me give you an overhead shot and show you where he was. It doesn't give away tactics or anything. You know, it's none of that. How come he can't tell people that? And why doesn't Congress say, listen, what building was the sniper on specifically, or where was the sniper exactly when he took out the shooter on that building? Okay? Christopher Wray, was the bike in any way related to the shooter? Do you believe that that bike is his? I'll have to get back to you on that. I'm not really sure. All right. So when you're talking about the drone, so the drone was behind where Crooks was eventually the shooter, filming basically over his shoulder towards where Trump was, right? Yes, that's correct. Okay, then why did you say it was a rear view mirror shot? Oh, I guess I just misspoke. Okay, great. Now, was the van that was towed that night, was that his vehicle? Because you called it a car when it's a van. Oh yeah, we do believe that the van was had the explosives in it. Well, why'd you call it a car then? Because everybody started thinking it was like a Sonata of some sort. Anyways, it's just they need different people. I mean, you want to hear something crazy, guys? I've had all of this for since probably the 16th or 17th, all of this stuff. We've had all the locations. Those 5 shots, those are the ones that hit Corey and some random bullets, because then he went and he wasn't really aiming very well. He just kind of a little bit fanning out, because Corey is way out of line with where Trump was. He's over here. And so we've had all of this for a long time, and it's more than what you hear in the hearings, but we have to kind of guess and try to figure things out. Anyways, jeez, it's frustrating. Well, we didn't make it to the point where I give out a notebook, but we'll keep everybody stored. Which is absolutely amazing to not reach the goal when you had 900 or 1,000 people watching at one point. Pretty crazy. Yeah, and I even said that he likely was going to try to create a diversion with the explosives. When he was on the roof, he would have set that off. People would have turned their head. He would have jumped down. And maybe he would have got on the bike if that was his, or just kind of walked around and nobody would have been the wiser. Anyways, thank you to... And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you should do it. Justin Oki, a new member. Justin Oki, a new member. Or 8 months, I mean. And then Sandra D, a new member. Then Alley Cake, Navy Swimmer, must be a SEAL. We Say Howdy Here, Kathy Friedenmaker, Sandra D, Timothy Moore, Tammy Lee, Brown Eyed Girl with the cat eye. Man, without that, we would have been crushed. Brett, Boggle Queen, K Me, Michelle H, Allie Kate, Katja T, Lacey Ann, the new member, then Lacey Ann, then Mark Graham, then Wendy Van Rokel, Nicole, she also sent in a PayPal, then January Jop, Plato, Cheryl, You Know They Exist, Plato, Jim Bade, Rocco Rockwell, John Dunn gifted 10 memberships. Good to see him in there. Ivan Victor, Linda Howe, as in Linda Molden Howe of the Cattle Mutilations and Crop Circles. Georgina Stoliker, Allie Cake, Mark Willis, Alex gifted 5 memberships. And then we have Mark Willis with a super chat, and Timothy Cecil, VFX Maria, or Mark, I can't read it, I am so far away. VFX Mark 01. If he wasn't seen with the rifle, of course he had it stashed, so just curious where, yeah, I think in that tree. So anyways, that was it there, and then we had Calamity Jade with a Cash App, and then we had Nicole Wilson, old school Nicole with the PayPal, and there you go. That's it. All right, so thanks everybody for being here tonight. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you guys liked the show. I mean, I think we, pretty much dissected this. Maybe I could try looking through this one last time in slow-mo. Let me get where the first shot, or right before when the person yells, "He's got a gun." We'll go from there.
Make yourself small, bro. I don't know what's going on.
Get out of the way. Isn't that interesting that somebody yelled, "Get out of the way!" Because there's... I think they're hearing something. I mean, yeah, that's what I keep looking at, that little spot right there. You know, is that him? Really? Like, sticking his head up? Because these are only, this is less than a second. Look at that cop just walking there. He's got his gun out and everything. One frame at a time. See, it looks like that's him right there. When you look at that, oh, that's his head and that's a rifle, but that's not even aiming in the right location. And right there you can see the same thing, and that's just part of a tree, okay? So that's why a lot of people, they won't show you that next frame, though, because they want to tell you that that's the shooter. Okay, I never will do that to you guys. I'm looking at what, anomalies or things that could be something, but I'm not going to pretend something is something just for views. Oh man, that guy's probably freaking out in the red there. That's right when the shots are fired. Look at, he just like dives against the building like, holy shit. Look at, he got down low right there. Oh man, that's been so scary. Yeah, it's too bad he just... That guy's just walking there like nothing. I don't see anything in that one either. Is he still alive right here? No, geez, he was. Hold on. Yeah, that was what we were looking at. So he's not far enough back to see, I don't think. And so, see how it looks like a sawtooth right there? That means that he's way off at an angle. And notice how their sawtooths are getting smaller this direction. So he is perpendicular to that one, but he's looking at an angle at all the rest of these, and he is up one of those. I guess we could, is there a way to count that? I mean, right there, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Let me do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's 18. So he's, okay. So you would be able to see him. He's like, but given the fact that it's angling this way, he's over here somewhere. See, like these are angling that, like kind of like this. So he, like if there's 20, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This one right there, but it's actually going off this direction. So he's like right here, which is exactly where that lightness was a minute ago. So, I mean, it's pretty crazy, you guys. Let me go back to that again. I don't mean to keep you guys here, but right around the 450 mark. See? That's exactly where that spot is. And in here, though, he looks like, given the shape of these, this is like perpendicular, but actually 20 would be here-ish, I think. Because when I was looking at that a minute ago, if I go back, let's go to the 58. I don't remember where that was. Was it 8? Like the Zapruder film. Good night, Sandy Shirley. You took off on us, man. You took off on us. Oops. Ah, screw it. I can't figure it out. There was a minute ago I had the, like that one's pretty good. Yeah. I think that's the end of the building. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, like 20 is right near this thing. Then it goes off that direction. And earlier though, when, see over here, he's he's kind of even with these. And so 20 is right there. The shooter should be like this little thing sticking up right there. In this, I mean, it's weird because over here they do start going off like that. So, but I think it's more like it would be, the shooter would be right down here, not there. So there's that little thing sticking up right there. But this window here, let's see if that matches with what I have here. Yep. There it is. See, there's the window, and straight down like that, there's the window. So that matches what I have in this one that's on the window. So you should be able to see them like right up in there in this one. Oh, those are trees right there. Anyways, all right, you guys, that's going to do it. Thank you all very much for watching. Appreciate you being here. Make sure to subscribe. Share my videos if you can. That'd be great. And thanks for watching. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector, plug rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector.
All the shots came from the same weapon, David. I'm sorry for your confusion. You're incorrect.
And I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Fool deflector, interceptor. And I'm even a spectre with a vector on his pector with a respector. Just remember, projection. I have no agenda. I'm a bartender, and I'll serve it to your string without a blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send you on a mission to a real true offender.
Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. What the hell was that, Mary Lou? I was just, wondering why the hell you'd make a sound like that.
'Cause I wanted to, Gray. I think the shooter was in a different building too, Gray. Now, there was 3 shots that came in, and those sound exactly the same as the other 5, but they seem to be on top of each other, and I was wondering if that could have been a different building or a different shooter.
Yeah, I've gone over that 1,000 times, Mary Lou. The shots actually sound exactly the same, but the fact that they're shooting them so rapidly, some of it goes over the top of the shot before in terms of the residual sounds, even though they sound exactly the same.
Oh, I got you, Gray. But couldn't there be one on the water tower too? Because there's a...
Oh, would you just... Oh, God. All right. All right, thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys later. And be safe out there.